Happy National Science Fiction Day, everyone. It was recently National Science Fiction Day on January 2nd to celebrate Isaac Asimov's birthday. He is one of my favorite science fiction writers. I would like to know, what is your favorite science fiction book? Go ahead and drop that into the comments or DM me or write me through email or through my website at howtowritethefuture.com. I would love to know. This is an unofficial holiday, and why can't every day be National Science Fiction Day? Happy reading, and on to the episode.
Can I base my sci-fi entirely on my imagination, or is it a good practice to study science a bit before attempting to write it? Thank you so much for your question. This question comes from Tommaso Deep. Thank you so much. I just want to say, very interesting question. Hi, everyone. I'm Beth Barany. I run How to Write the Future podcast. I'm a science fiction and fantasy writing teacher, as well as an award-winning novelist of science fiction and fantasy. And I am passionate about helping writers write their novels, market them, and publish them. I'm also very interested in helping creative entrepreneurs get their writing businesses up and running. And lastly, I'm a filmmaker. More about that in a future episode. Today, I'm going to answer Tommaso's question. Can I base my sci-fi entirely on my imagination, or is it a good practice to study science a bit before attempting to write it? I'm of two minds. I want to say yes to both. Number one, go ahead and base your sci-fi entirely on your own imagination. Whatever science that you want to integrate into your story and make it feel real, awesome. And it's really about confidence, right? Like if you are so excited about studying science a bit before attempting to write it, go for it. I studied science and read a ton of sci-fi as a child. Then I took a big break from science. I was on a science track. I actually was in a pre-med track heading toward medical school, but dropped out of it at age 19, went into the social sciences, stepped away from studying science for a while. So I started studying science again with the eye of writing science fiction at some point. And it was really a confidence thing that made me feel ready to write science fiction. I felt like I had gotten up to speed on a lot of what was going on in science, and I got to learn a ton about physics because my husband is a high school physics teacher by day and a writer by night. And I really felt I had a grasp on things and had some good ideas, and then I was ready to write. So the real question here I would ask is, are you ready to write? If you feel ready, I say go for it. You could always go back to science in revisions and study the things you want to make better and clarify and make more specific in the editing process. There really is no one right way to go into writing a novel, into writing a science fiction novel. And you may be thinking that there's some perfect way, or that if you don't do it right, that's it. You never get another chance. But the cool thing about writing is you learn a lot by doing. So anything that is in the way of sitting down to write, I always question, do you really need to be distracted with those things? Or are they giving you fuel and inspiration so that you can sit down and work on the book? And without having more information, I really don't know. There's a third option. That is, you could start writing and do research along the way. So when you say study science, I really don't know if that means the fundamentals of science or a specific scientific domain or something else. So I would say follow your interest, follow your curiosity, really listen to your own gut instincts or wherever your instincts live in your body and follow that. The most important thing here is that you take action and write. And if you're going to research also, maybe give yourself a structure to do that and with specific questions in mind. So here's another pathway you may want to take, which is write your story. And if the story is not as extensive as you would like, then give yourself some time and do research, and then use that research to rewrite the story. Pro tip, I am always researching science. I write science fiction. I'm always researching science, and I really just let my curiosity lead me. So what are you curious about? Write down your questions so that when you research, you know when you have stumbled upon your answer. Writers are often lifelong learners. So you can be learning and writing at the same time. I encourage you to do that. And I also challenge you to do that. All right. If anyone has questions that I haven't yet answered, please go ahead and just drop them in. And even if you searched and you found a version of my answer to your question, go ahead and ask it again. You're welcome to provide some context so I can help you better. I am very interested in answering your questions on the podcast. I do a batch of these every once in a while. So please do go to howtowritethefuture.com and fill out the form, or you can leave me a voice message. There's a few different ways you can do that. So really, it's not that hard to reach out to me. I encourage you to do it. Writers, take action. Yeah. All right, everyone. That's it for this week. Write long and prosper.